Chidimma's story is not one from rags to riches. Rather, her story refers to one of the stone that was rejected becoming the cornerstone. This woman literally came from being hated by the whole country, only to be loved by the whole continent. Like literally being rejected by the whole nation of South Africa, only to be accepted by the whole universe. Hello, my name is Favid, and thank you for clicking on this video. If you're a new subscriber, please thank you for subscribing. If you are new to this channel, please consider to subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time. Now, let's get into this episode. Now, before we get into Chichi's performance on the Miss Universe competition, let us rewind back a little bit before she came to Nigeria. Now, as we all know, or probably you do not know, Chichi Adetshina was competing in the Miss South Africa competition, vying for the crown to becoming that one woman who is going to represent the beautiful nation of South Africa.
Hi everyone, my name is Chidimma Vanessa Adetshina, known as Chichi. I am an official Miss South Africa 2024 finalist. Two interesting facts about myself is that I love dogs, but I'm absolutely afraid of them. And I love singing, but I cannot sing to save my life. So come along on this journey with me.
But to her surprise, her dream turned into a nightmare when she joined the Miss South Africa competition. Now her name was what brought out all these problems. Basically, her name is very Nigerian, and many South Africans were like, you do not sound like one of us. So some research was done into her past and her family's past, and things were discovered, things that are alleged up to this time. Basically, her father is Nigerian and her mother was believed to be South African up to when the government and the country itself rejected Chidimma Adetshina. This woman was basically called a fraud. Xenophobia happened. She literally left the competition of Miss South Africa and her dreams crushed, came down crumbling. But to our surprise, God works in mysterious ways. The Nigerian organization of the Miss Universe Nigeria was like, your father is Nigerian, you're basically Nigerian, so come over to this other side and compete and maybe vie to win the crown of this beautiful country, Nigeria. And it was a surprise. Chidimma did an amazing job. She is basically a very good performer. She is beautiful. She is very clever. She is a very good orator. And she has the it factor. Regardless of having the it factor, Chidimma Adetshina has the aura and the essence of a Miss Universe. Just basically a woman who is a conqueror, a leader, a woman who can be in a position of leading other women and being an inspirational woman. So when Chidima went to Nigeria, it was just destiny. She won Miss Universe Nigeria. Now that also came with its own, good and bad. Some people thought she should have waited for time to pass, like maybe next year to go and compete. Some people are like, she's just going to Nigeria. Those girls have been there in the camps. They really, they've been there for some time. These girls, this is also their dream. You are coming from the other side of the world, coming to Nigeria, into our country, trying to compete in our competition and trying to win our crown. We are the original Nigerians. We are, born and grew in Nigeria. Basically, it also had its own type of drama. But Chidima Adetshina really showed resilience and the essence of a fierce woman. That did not break her. She literally just stayed strong, went ahead, competed, and as I said previously, she won the competition. When she won the competition, Chidima was accepted by most of the Nigerian people, and also the South Africans were basically just making fun of that situation, things like that. But God also, remember, works in mysterious ways. Now, before Chidima went to Mexico, she went and visited her grandfather, and her grandfather gave her a very strong prayer. Listen to this.
You will go everywhere, part of the whole world. Nobody will molest. You go free. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
After all was done in Nigeria, Chidima went ahead and started preparing for her journey to go into the Mexican country and compete for the Miss Universe crown. Let's first talk about her departure look. She had very nice, very fierce departure look. She actually did a photo shoot for the departure look. One of the few ladies who actually did a physical, real photo shoot for the departure look. She looked very, very beautiful. very, very confident. And as fans of Chidimma, as people who had and witnessed her story playing out in the media, we were rooting for this young woman and we were praying that may her dreams come true. Chidimma moved from Nigeria all the way. She went to Los Angeles and then she had another costume change, if I remember correctly. Then she went on to Mexico. Now, reaching in Mexico, there were more than 120 women competing for that one crown. Mexico was real. Chidima was among women who are very beautiful and who are queens from their own home countries. Now, this was the time that she was really living her dream. Her dream to go ahead and compete in the Miss Universe competition, being a woman who is representing her country in the Miss Universe competition, had become a reality. She did not represent the country that she was trying to represent previously, but she was representing the country that accepted and loved her. And to our surprise, Chidima did the good work. Now, first, let's talk about Gala de las Catrinas, and this was one of the major events that took place as all the ladies were in Mexico. This was a gala that was happening in the Mexican country of they were basically celebrating the dead. So all these women were invited by the Miss Universe organization to go and take place in this beautiful cultural moment of Mexico. Now, our beautiful Chidima Adetshina stood out throughout the whole competition. She was basically all over the Miss Universe Instagram page, everywhere. Chidima was there. Her face was popping out. Chidima has that face cut that you just can't deny or refuse. She looks beautiful, she looks fierce, she looks like a winner basically. Even the owner of the Miss Universe organization posted a video, and guess what? Chidima was the front, she was the cover of that video. So basically, as fans of Chidima Adetshina, we were really excited and we saw that we are going in the right direction. We were running towards the crown or in the right direction. And many things kept happening in Mexico, many challenges, things like that, and Chidima would still shine through. And basically, the South African people weren't happy about her presence in Nigeria. In Mexico. They kept on sending these petitions and things like that. But this young woman stayed strong and was resilient in with dignity. Eventually, the competition went ahead and we came to the preliminaries. During the prelims, Chidima did not disappoint us. She basically gave the performance of a lifetime. She really did an amazing job. She looked very beautiful. She looked very confident. She was wearing a very simple dress, rather still looking very, very beautiful. Her dress didn't stand out, being honest. Her dress was basically very, very simple, but there's something about this young woman that just, stands out in the crowd. That was prelims. She did an amazing job. And then they had the closed door interviews. If you don't know about those interviews, they basically done before the final night where the ladies go into groups, like basically one by one. That's how they used to do them previously, but I heard that they changed them this year. You go in a group and you move one after the other from one judge to another. They get to ask you questions to get to know you and your advocacy and things like that. I am 100% sure Chidima did an amazing job. As we all know, this woman knows how to speak. Don't give her a chance to speak because trust me, she will speak and convince you with whatever she's trying to present and deliver to you. So after that, prelims happened. It was an amazing experience, though it was a little bit scandalous because the ladies were given basically seconds to show off the nightgown category. That wasn't a problem, but basically, as when it came to Chidima's journey, we were still very excited. She represented us. She showed off that traditional costume. She basically had two traditional costumes and she just looked amazing. After the prelims, as fans of Chidima, we were now on the right track. We were like, now we're waiting for the final night. The final night came. It was November 16th, and the whole universe was ready for the final night of the Miss Universe. This was the long awaited competition of beauty. Miss Universe is basically the Olympics of beauty, and the whole universe was ready to witness who is going to be our new Miss Universe. Now, everyone was seeing their representative as the new Miss Universe. Fans of Chidima were seeing her as the new Miss Universe. Now, her haters basically saw her as the other person, like She's just there to go and compete and represent Nigeria. She'll go back home with nothing. They announced top 30. Chidimma made it to the top 30 placement. The top 30 placement had 3 African women. We had Egypt, Zimbabwe, and Chidimma, obviously. She was the third person. She entered the top 30, very confident, very beautiful, ready to conquer the universe. After top 30, these women came for a swimsuit round. Chidimma did an amazing job representing the country, representing the nation, representing the continent. Eventually, she went ahead to the top 12. From top 12, these women showed off their nightgowns, and Chidimma still did not disappoint us. Her dress, I will be very honest, did not stand out. She did not have the best dress in the whole bunch, if you get my point. But remember, Chidimma has that it factor, that factor that just makes you look more beautiful than the rest. She has that essence of a woman who is just blessed, very divine, and loved by God. From top 12, we went ahead to top 5, and this is when Chidimma got a chance to really show these people that I am a woman from Africa and I know what I am worth. Now, in the question and answer category, question and answer round, this woman really shined through. If you ask me, Chidimma had the best answers in the whole group. These women, some of them spoke their own languages, some spoke English, but this woman from Nigeria, this African woman who has been going through a lot but persevered, really got that time to shine. She really shined through the Q&A section. She answered these questions like a pro. She was basically answered a question, maybe can't remember exactly the question right now, but what I remember the question, if I am to paraphrase, she was supposed to choose, would she rather be liked? Would she rather be liked or respected? And I think she chose respected, and she explained it in a way that I can't explain because that was Chidimma, and she has the brains.
More important, being liked or being respected, and why?
Can you repeat the question?
What is more important to you? Being liked or being respected, and why?
I feel like it's being respected. We live in a society where we often don't feel respected because of who we are. And I feel like when you respect yourself, you respect others around you. And respect is really important. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. This universe has inspired generations of women. What is your message to the ones watching you right now?
As a woman who has faced adversity, I feel like I have a powerful story. I don't stand here as Chidimma Adetshina. I stand here as a symbol of hope, a beacon of faith. As someone who has persevered with grace, I believe I have fought for not only myself, but for Africa.
This woman knows how to talk. She is a natural orator. So from the top 5 round, after the whole Q&A section, they were announcing the winner. Now, they announced the top 5. They announced the top 2. Now, the top 2 was our girl Chidimma Adetshina and Miss Universe Denmark. This is the moment that the whole continent of Africa were on their seats. I was basically watching on my bed. It was extremely hard to watch Miss Universe this year as they were really playing with our minds. They lied to us. They just told us they're going to show it on Telemundo or YouTube. There was nothing there. We waited and waited. So basically, we had to hustle our way through, and we found the live, because there were 2 lives. There was one that was speaking in their, I think it was Spanish, and then there was the other live from the Roku TV where they were speaking English. So I first watched the one from the Telemundo thing, then I got a tip that you can watch the Roku channel thing for free somewhere else. So I just went to watch the English one. Now, let's get back to the top 2. When we were on the top 2, Chidimma and Miss Universe Denmark Victoria, they were holding hands and they were now asking the question, who will be the next Miss Universe? And I basically thought this woman is going to take that crown back to Africa. I expected it. I prayed for it. I was really, really seeing it. But everything happens for a reason. Denmark won the crown. But still, at the same time, good news was in the horizon because eventually, after the Miss Universe competition ended, there was a press conference and Chidimma Adetshina was announced as the Continental Queen of Africa and Oceania. She is the first woman to wear that sash and carry that title as the Miss Universe Africa and Oceania. She is basically the queen of two continents, basically the queen of the whole continent of Africa, including South Africa. This woman has a story to tell. One day, if she ever has children and tells them her story, it will sound like a movie. But this was real life, and as viewers, as fans, we had very many things to learn from it. Now, what is the moral story of Chidimma's story? Well, the moral of the story is that number one, don't give up. If Chidimma had given up when the whole mess, the xenophobia happened in South Africa, believe me, this woman would not be the queen that she is today. She did not give up, but she persevered and steered through all this mess. And look at what God has done. She eventually got the crown that she was wishing for. She was basically first runner-up, and if you look at the whole competition clearly, she was basically the winner. But don't be discouraged. Chidimma carries the nation with pride and honor, being the first African queen to represent and show out and show off and become Miss Universe Africa and Oceania. Now, don't give up on your dreams. Dreams do happen. And the other thing is working hard. We have witnessed Chidimma working extremely very, very hard from moving to South Africa, coming to Nigeria. This was a new environment. She did not know people there. She basically grew up in South Africa, but she took the chance because if she had lost, she would be the laughing stock. But she took the chance, believed in herself, went to Nigeria, and she was really just, you know, following her gut, and her gut paid off. So basically, believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. Dreams do come true. Never give up. The moment that you give up is the moment that your dreams die off. Because if you give up, you never know what would happen the following day. I really enjoyed Chidimma's story. I was very inspired, and I believe she has inspired other women and men all around Africa and the universe at large, being the woman that she is, who was like rising from the ashes. This woman is the woman of the century to me because she has really persevered and eventually rose as the winner. So, guys, there you have it. That is Chidimma's story. That is Chidimma's full performance and, hustle through the Miss Universe competition. This woman persevered, this woman won, and as Africa, we are happy and we are celebrating her as Miss Universe Africa and Oceania. Now, thank you for watching this video to the end. Please consider to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Remember to comment on the comment section. Tell me what you think about this story of Chidimma Adetshina. Tell me what you think about this episode and tell me who you would love us to talk about more. Without wasting your time, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.